Welcome back to my channel. It's your boy Zach, and today I am particularly excited because this is going to be my Japan haul video. Definitely engaged in some consumerism over there, but what else are you gonna do? Let's just get right into it. Alrighty girlies, so the first thing I'm gonna start with is my clothes that I got. I didn't get that many clothes, to be honest. We did go to Uniqlo, which is like a little Japanese streetwear brand, and I got some high-waisted trousers, and then this shirt, which is made of rayon, which is slowly becoming my new favorite material. Same with these pants. They're very lightweight, so you could actually wear them in the summer. And then also got this shirt. The next thing I got in terms of article of clothing, it was actually the first one I purchased, was little Mickey Mouse beanie thing, which I'm gonna cut the ears off so that I can actually wear it. And so it looks cute. And then two more things and another pair of socks, but I'm not grabbing them. Little GG Ghibli socks. And then we went to a botanical garden and had a bunch of carnivorous plants room, like a carnivorous plants room. And so I got some socks. Another thing that I got was some earrings that were made by handicapped people in Kyoto. Now for totes that we got in Japan, this is the first one. This is from Hands. Oh, and there's matcha on it. Anyway, Dylan bought this for himself. It's a little capybara, because we didn't see any capybaras there because Japan doesn't treat their animals very nicely, unfortunately. And this next one is from one of the hotels we stayed at. Got for free. Little Miss, this hotel made my skin freak out and got a rash all on my head and neck, so that was unfortunate, but free tote, so. And the last bag is this beautiful thing from Masterpiece, made in Japan. And I got it in Kyoto, where I was looking for like a crossbody sling tote type of thing. You can also make it smaller, the actual strap, so then you hold it one shoulder like an actual tote, and then small straps. Little keychains on her. We got a Studio Ghibli, Mononoke Spirit, Monster Hunter, Gacha, Oath How Code, not sure what it is. Alrighty. So now for figures and statues. Here it is. Very, very nice quality for her. Very happy with it. Very excited. Don't know where I'm gonna put her, but whatever. Now, next figures are these Pokemon Gacha. Not really a gacha, I guess so, because you don't know what's in it. But here's the options. I was most excited for Chandelure, Mew, Lycian is what it says it is, but that's definitely not its name. Mischievous or Shedinja. And then here's the ones we got. We got a little frog guy who is so cute with these little dangling things. This is the evolved form of Politoed. Definitely forgot what this guy's name was, but it was the weaker version. And then a little Duskull. Oh! And then a little... And a little... Just so cute, and he's floating there. A couple more figures. These two are from Pop Mart. Mystery boxes. We don't have the box, throw them away. Whoopsie. Very, very cute. This was not the one Dylan wanted, this little bonsai guy. He's got a little kitty in a pool of water. I think it's so cute though. And then this little guy. He's a little ghost train conductor, I think. Not really sure, but I think he's so cute. And then these next two ones were from actual gacha capsules. A little Chainsaw Man and then Demon Slayer one. And these were both the ones I wanted, so I'm very, very happy. Just whenever I get a gacha or blind box, make sure I'm fine with every option. But these were the two that I really, really wanted, so that was exciting. And the last and final sculpture piece is a plushie of Darkrai, who, if you don't know, is my favorite Pokemon and is where my gamer tag came from, and like my username that I use on games. Very happy with this guy. He's a little floppy looking, but I love him nonetheless. Now, moving on to skincare. Got this nice, very light foaming cleanser from Curel, who became like my favorite brand over there. But we got it because the cleanser we had kind of just like leaked out, and so got a very nice foaming cleanser. It's very lightweight. Shit, bitch. What if we... It's a nice face cream from Curel. And I'm very excited for this one. And it's intensive moisture care, but they formulate all their stuff to be good for sensitive and acne-prone skin, which I have both. And definitely have very sensitive skin / allergies, so. Got a sunscreen from Curel, because I don't really like my sunscreen. It's fine, but it's not like super fun. So I got another one. Bam, there it is. It's a protection milk. Don't really know what that means, but there it is. I think it might leave a white cast, but that's okay if it does. It's definitely white right now, but I think it's a little bit better when it absorbs. And then hand cream, Dylan got it and then wasn't able to use it. But he got it because it looked cute, had no fragrance. And I got this, which a lot of people recommend as a spot acne treatment. Has a like benzoyl peroxide type thing where it's like an antibacterial chemical cleanser type thing. And then it actually has ibuprofen in the balm. So it helps reduce the inflammation, of course, of those spots. And these two lotions are from the same company and very recommended. This is a vitamin C brightening milk. And then this is just a normal lotion, which I guess you can also use as a toner. But a lot of people recommended it for body and for face. I was using it on my body there because I was dry up in Japan. Next, we got a vitamin C serum, which I got because a dermatologist I follow on YouTube said that if you get any kind of serum, a daily vitamin C serum would be good. And I prefer milks type textures for like toners and stuff. I just like them more. But, and then another vitamin C serum that I got, which I don't know if there's necessarily a difference for the face versus body, but this one's actually formulated for the face. Oh, has a little applicator. The freak. Last but not least is another sunscreen, but this is a powder sunscreen, and I like the packaging of this brand, so this is the only thing I got from them. But it's a powder sunscreen, and my hope is that for like summertime in Florida, it has a little compact, that a powder might be good. Girl, I can't read that. Because you're not putting another thing on your skin to add more moisture. This thing also said that it was formulated for sensitive skin. So, we'll see. See how all this works. And I rubbed in the sunscreen a little bit more here, which is where I applied it. And it looks like there's not as much of a white cast, if any. Just kind of got to work it into your skin. Okay, moving on to stationery. Got these patches. Oh, one more. From Hands, a dabbing dog. Anyway, we got these fishes. Anyway, went and got these fishes. Yep. They're all iron-on patches. I wish I got like more of a Japan style one, which is what the purpose of these ones are. And I'm gonna put them on a little tote I have that I put all my patches that I've like, places I've been to. We got a shit ton of stickers, pins, and what the frick else is in this pile? Shit! Damn, shoddy. One more pin. So, No Face Studio Ghibli pen. Geckoso paint pen, which this one will have a comeback here in a second. And then most of these are from Hands. These are from the Studio Ghibli store. So cute. Obsessed. I'm gonna put some of these on my sketchbook, these stickers, which you guys will see that, the decorating of my sketchbook here in a second. So I think definitely a student that can get the frick out of here. Of course, the sexy buff axolotl. Let's spread out. Let's see. I'm thinking 1, 2, here. Oh, that's so cute. And you know what? I'm not gonna think too much about putting these stickers on. Sexy axolotl, free run sticker. Definitely gotta put the Howl's Moving Castle. This do be my favorite movie, but it is the centerpiece. And I got more stickers that I haven't used. I don't have anywhere else to put them. Oh, that's cute. Sexy axolotl. It's gonna go right here. Yup. 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 Yeah. Literally sitting here. Shut up. Damn. Girl. Shut up. These are so funny. I got some good stickers. I am very stressed. Oh, this is gonna be so cute. This $15 sketchbook has like $25 worth of stickers on it now. Oh. Ugh. Now what do I put up here? I could put fern. Fern, not fern. Oh no, that'll fit. This is it. Oh, right now. There we go. That's better. Dang, Shoddy, how do I open this? Shit! Ah, oh, cute! Now how do I take the sticker off? He can go... Nope, I don't like that. Ooh, that's pissing me off. That's cute. This one, I'm so excited for this little onigiri. A different sketchbook. On this one that already has a capybara. You can put them up here. Here. See, I like the Mod Podge, but I also like the very basic. These are now going into my stickers. Like, bam. Oh, I'll put this guy on the back. This is supposed to be my travel sketchbook, and then this is a sketchbook from the botanical gardens, so it feels fitting to put this somewhere at least. It's the Yumenoshima Tropical Greenhouse Dome. That's what it said. Now, to pens. These pens are the friction erasable pens, and TBH, I should have gotten more and gotten the 0.5 size. This is the 0.38, a little multi-pen, which I'm very happy for, and then I just use it for my little mobile sketchbook. And of course, I got it to match. Now, more pens. Chat. Here are more pens, pencils, and associated paraphernalia. So these three are all 3 different kinds of the same kind of mechanical pencil called the Kurotoga, which the idea of it is that it's supposed to keep your pencil sharp forever. This one. Now for pens and inks, some more. I got this. Ciao. Anyway, so I got this clear cased, I need a cap too. Fountain pen, which I think is so cute. It was like $8. And to be fair, it's also pretty cheap on Amazon, but it's even cheaper in Japan because it's made in Japan. Pilot is a Japanese brand. Yup. Like, hello, look how cool that is. And I did just order converters for this. So that means I'll be able to replace the ink in here and have like a little syringe that goes in here. And then I take it out, pump up the ink into it, and then put it in here, as opposed to having single-use cartridges. So I'm excited for this because I went and got another ink. I did get a small one. It's a very cute color. And absolutely obsessed with this because I don't need anything bigger than this. I already got some inks and I don't ever know when I'm gonna run out of them. Got this cute one. The final thing I got was a dip pen with a fountain pen tip. And it's a pretty broad fountain pen tip. So I'm excited for this one because the few inks I have, I don't need to like commit to this one fountain pen being this one color. And it's a broader tip, which I couldn't find in any of the fountain pens there in Japan. They really like really small writing tips. But I like the bigger ones because you can see like the variation in line weight and such. Now the final item I got was this cute little print. I forgot what kind of print it said it was, but look how cute these little guys are. They're just two little doggies. Okay, girlies, this is the most exciting part. The one that you've all been waiting for. And it's the paint haul, so let's get right into it. We're going to start with acrylic gouache. Oh! This is Holbein gouache, which is my favorite brand of gouache I've tried so far. I really like Winsor & Newton and some others, but just the consistency that Holbein does, they make them really thick. So you kind of have to water them down and they maintain their opacity. So I really, really like it because I feel like I'm getting the most bang for my buck. But I got a cobalt blue, which I think is an $18 tube in the US. And I think it was like $8 there because it uses an actual cobalt pigment. Cobalt pigments are very, very expensive. And then I got brilliant orange because I wanted an orange and this is a pure pigment orange. So I got me an orange. And I got permanent white, which I already have this exact tube, but it's like halfway done and white always gets used so quick. But anyway, so here is my first set of acrylic gouache. This is from Holbein, which is my favorite paint brand, at least gouache brand, and I really like their acrylic gouache as well. Acrylic gouache is really just acrylic paint with more pigment and it's matte, so it's supposed to be a permanent version of gouache, but in any case, here's the acrylic gouache I got. So I got a gold tube because I thought it would be fun for like little accents in like a sketchbook or just like even on a piece. And then a cobalt blue because it looked pretty and it was a single pigment and I wanted it. A yellow, and I think this is a single pigment yellow as well. Yeah, a single pigment yellow as well because they're always useful. Because when you get more than one pigment in a yellow, they tend to get really dull really quick. And then just a pretty little pre-mixed mint color. And then a white. And it's Chinese white instead of the white I have. Don't know what that's gonna do, but we'll see. And then the next brand of paint I got is Turner acrylic gouache, and I got all the Japanesque colors. They call them Japanesque. And then I only got Japanese brands of paint because these are like $5 or so a tube, literally like $1.50 or $2 in Japan. So got a bunch. Just some fun colors, not particularly like getting primaries. Like this was a pretty yellow. They were all the Japanese style paints. So I just got pretty colors that I thought looked cool. Now moving on to normal gouache. So I got gouache from that previous brand Turner, which is funny because that's such an English name, but who is gonna call something Turner? And then this one's called Knicker. And you heard me right, it says right there. Please don't cancel me. It says right there, Nick Kerr. Don't misquote me on that one. Don't do it. This is the brand of that Studio Ghibli actually uses to paint their backgrounds, except they use poster color, which poster color is gouache, but they use bigger granules of pigment, and then they tend to use brighter, not light fast colors, which makes it photograph better and make the colors more saturated without post-processing editing. Whereas gouache tends to use more light fast pigments, which means the colors don't fade when in the light. I prefer gouache because if I ever use it on a painting, I don't want it to fade over time and then be sad. I barely ever go through it, so I don't need a giant freaking tub that poster paints come in. But anyway, I got primaries in the Turner Designer Gouache, and then I just got Pretty Colors of this one because I thought these two were the same brand, and I thought these were all Turner, and then I just got confused and they weren't. Don't care either way. And I've been using this coral, so freaking pretty, so fun to use. And then I think I also use this yellow. No, I haven't used this yellow. These are all pre-mixed colors. I can mix all of these by myself. Like, they're all easy. This is literally just a blue, yellow, and white. Also, pre-mixed colors are kind of fun for like limited palettes and stuff, or like sketchbooking, because you can just put that one and then you have that paint already. And it's just easier. And they were cheap, so I wanted some pre-mixed colors, bitch. Oh. I dropped it 3 times. Now moving on. So I went to the actual Holbein showroom, which is like the actual Holbein company. And of course Holbein sells all their products there because they don't need to upcharge it because they're selling it to a third party. So it's literally buying it directly from Holbein, and you get to see like their new packaging, and then all their other floors. They had a little gallery, which I forgot to go into, like an art gallery. And then they have like a little room where you can try all the new paints that you bought and new things you bought. I didn't go in there because I already needed like the performance and I didn't want to like fiddle frick with all of it. And it's like the actual company, like partly where they manufacture the paints, because all the paints are manufactured in Osaka and the showroom is in Osaka, but it's like their headquarters. It was a pretty small building, but very excited because there's only 3 brands of water mixable oil on the market. You have Winsor Newton, which that one sucks. Hate Winsor Newtons. And then there's Royal Talon's Cobra paints, which is the ones I also have. And then the third brand is Holbein's water mixable oils. I got, of course, a white. I got primaries. I got a warm and a cool yellow. I got just a normal red because I have a nice single pigment cool red, and so I got a warm red. Nice just blue, green, and then my purple. Because I have a green, hate it, and then I got a cadmium yellow, which I've never gotten a cadmium yellow before because cadmium is toxic when you inhale the powder. But because it's oil always kind of leaves like a sticky residue / film, so I wasn't too worried about it. I was like, I'll be fine with this in oil paints. But like in gouache, I would never get a cadmium or chromium color because gouache can flake or crack, and I'm not trying to die. And then this, a quick drying medium, but matte, because I can always make it glossy later with varnish, because I have a quick drying oil, which I do like. I do like that one. It smells really good too, but it makes things shiny. So I wanted to try this too. And so I got a bunch of these, and I'm really excited to try these ones. I got more local brands / like very Japanese style specific gouache / water-based paints. And so this first one is from Gakoso, which Gakoso was expensive, is all I got to say. Especially for how small they were. Like some of these tubes were like $8 to $10, and I think they're like 5 mils or something. So Mikoso was a little shook-so. Gakoso. I do like these paints though. They're nice. They're very like sticky, goopy. So this is fun. I of course got a white because you never know when you need some more white. And I do really like their white. So far it's very sticky, which is fun. And then I got these because I saw them at this like 7 or 5 floor art store I went to called Sakaido. These are like, they're marketed as Japanese style water-based paints. So I got some. I think they're basically gouache, maybe sumi ink more like, but let's take a peek. Ooh, 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 ooh. Hey. Maybe I should delete that. Anyway, I have used this yellow already. It's a chrome yellow. I don't know if it's real chromium, but if it is, I'm gonna act like what I just said I did not say and pretend like I didn't know that this is real chromium. I'm pretty sure it's fake chromium. In gouache, I would never get a cadmium or chromium color. And it's like a chromium hue. But if it is, then I guess I'll die. Ah! Those are all the paints I got. Let me put them all on here. Shit, bitch. So cool. And then all these paints were only like $200 that would have had to have spent in the US on all this. $400, $500, like at least. Am I ever gonna use all this? No. Do I ever need to buy paint ever again? No. Am I going to? Yes. So